All right, let's just jump right in. So I wanted to walk you through this week's trades. It was four trades, all of them which were winners. And if you feel like this strategy could be, a good fit for your trading style, if you want to learn it, I'll drop a link below this video. You can dive into the training, go through it, really apply it on your next trading day. But with that being said, let's just dive in. This is all based on supply and demand. So I stick to one time frame, one pair. It will work on any pairs, any time frame. But I'm going to trade GU on the 5 minute time frame. Gives you plenty of opportunities all week to get into these trades. This was NFP on Friday. Did not get a setup, but I'll walk you through. There actually was a good trade. It was just a little too early for me. I typically wake up, get my kids ready for school around 5:30. Usually hit the charts around 6. Obviously, NFP is at 8:30 Eastern, so not going to be taking trades on this candle right here. But you could see all I'm looking for is when I get to the chart is price going up or going down. I'm looking for a break of structure, making new highs or new lows, right? I then go into creating my zones, drawing my zones, and I just wait for price to re-enter into that zone. In my training, I actually teach what zones are going to be the best. And I also teach you how to add one additional confluence factor that will actually increase your trade rate. So again, if you want to dive into that training, I'll drop a link below. You can dive right in. You get instant access once you purchase the training. So you could just dive right in and go into a little bit more detail. But again, I want to give you guys some value out of watching this video. I do appreciate your time. But you could see this is, 355, right? Obviously, I'm getting to the chart right around here. So price was already up here. It made new highs. So I was waiting for price to come back to this zone. Had I woke up just a little bit earlier, you did see this break up, which creates this zone right here. I just draw this on there. Price pulled back, touched the zone, shot up. So I was hoping it would come down in here before obviously smashing down. So I didn't take a trade on Friday, but that's exactly what I'm looking for. So you could see here, this again, I get to the chart right around here. So you could see had a nice breakdown. You have your zone right here. This broke down. In hindsight, I actually would have drawn I should have drawn it here. This last push up candle before this breakdown created a nicer zone. I could have got better entries. So here's what I did. Price has been moving down, pretty dramatically. So I did feel like this was actually going to come back up into this zone. So I took, when this broke down, I was taking these entries right here. I got in and I just went for the most recent low. Instead of going, I typically try to go at least 2R, which would have been down here. But since price was going down so much over the last day, I just went for the most recent low. That's going to be your most conservative target. Like I said, I could have got better entries. I could have got entries back here, which would have given me closer to like a 2 or 3R. So this was not quite 2R, it was a little over 1. But you could see, again, nice, easy trade. So that was that day. I believe this is Wednesday. Wednesday was fairly easy. Got to the charts right around here. Saw this started breaking down. When this broke down, I drew these zones. You still have this back zone. Pulled all the way back, really almost into the back zone. So could have had a trade closer to this had I waited. And then again, you're just looking for targets on the most recent low. So that's what I did there. I actually took this trade off of this zone. It pulled back. It actually almost stopped me out because I didn't use this back zone as a buffer, which you guys could have. Obviously, it would have went way down in your favor. So some of these you can actually leave, partials run. My strategy, my trade plan is really just going 2R. I like to be in and out of trades. I don't like to hold them over the day. This was Tuesday. Very simply, obviously making lower lows. So this made a lower low, creates a zone right here. So all I do is I just draw up these zones, and I'm just drawing it on the last push up. So you can see this push up candle, smash down, waiting for price to come back here. It gets to about, there's 6 o'clock right here. So I had this breakdown, nice pullback, entry, had my stop a little higher because I was watching this as well. And then obviously smash down. Got a second entry if you missed this first one, smash down, pulled back, smash down more. So the key to this strategy is one, marking up your zones. And again, in my training, I actually go over the best zones to trade from, how to get zones that are in the direction, obviously, of the overall trend, and how to really maximize your gains and minimize your risk. And the key is really just patience. It's waiting for price to come back to these zones. But this was Tuesday. Let's go to Monday's trade. Monday's trade was pretty easy. It was a buy. Obviously, this is 4 or 5 o'clock. Clearly making a higher high, right? So now all we're going to do is we're going to come down. Where's the last push down candle? It's like this one and this one. So I just drew a combination. I included the entire wick. You could have just done the bodies. Obviously, would have been tighter, but just to be more conservative, I typically include the wick. If I can pull that back down, there we go. My stop is below that wick, and then I'm just going 2R, which is right around. It was right where it was basically. So you could see that didn't quite make higher highs. So let's say you miss this trade. This one right here took out this low. This took out this low. So it creates zones up here now, right? Now we're looking for sells because this took out the lows. So you could see last push up candle, boom, boom. This created a zone here. This would have been a nice sell entry right here. But since I already won this trade, I didn't take another trade, but you could have sold that and made good profit there. Easily 2R. So it was a good, overall great trading week. Like I said in the post, I don't know where you're watching this video, but this strategy has about a 71% win rate going 2R. So very successful. The key is stick to one pair, stick to one time frame. Don't try to jump around. Don't try to overtrade. Minimize your risk, maximize your gains. And I go through all that in my training. Again, if you want to dive in a little bit deeper, get ongoing training. I continue to post updated videos because this is all about repetition, right? It's seeing these patterns, it's marking up your zones, it's waiting for price to actually come back to your zone. And the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. It's hands down that simple. If you give this strategy 90 days, take snapshots, journal your trades. I promise this strategy will improve your overall trading, your consistency, and actually help you guys grow your account. But if you have any questions, just let me know. If you want to dive into the training, I'll drop a link somewhere on this video. You can get instant access to it. And if you have any questions, let me know.